When it comes to telling how old a Krogan is, Krogan can actually live until they're like 1,000 years old. So they could live long. But the way that you could tell how old they are is just by their color, the color of their skin. When they're young, they have like a yellow or greenish pigment to their skin. The darker that pigment, like once it starts getting darker and darker, it turns into brown once they're pretty old. One of the oldest Krogans that we've seen was Okir. Okir was around since the freaking Krogan rebellions. So he's pretty old. That's why he's so brown. That's why so the darker, the older, and that's why Grunt is still really yellowish, like orangish, because he's still young. Biotics are rare in Krogans. I remember, and I mean, you guys remember that Rex was a biotic, or not biotic, but he was a vanguard. But he did have biotic powers. They're actually rare in Krogan, and they're not trusted just because they're very strong. When Krogan has biotics, they're very strong. They also have a secondary nervous system. They use this neuroconductive fluid that basically makes them almost impossible to paralyze. They bleed yellow, like a yellowish orange fluid. Some think that this might be this neuroconductive fluid, but it could just be their blood. It's not known. Just a little interesting fact that Zaid gives us in Mass Effect 2 was how to remove the Krogan's frontal plate. He said that the plate could be ripped off if you lodged a knife at a certain spot near the frontal plate and the Krogan's head. It's basically one of the only things that the Krogan are actually really scared of. Like, this is one thing that they fear, and I don't blame them. That sounds like it's freaking painful. Krogan females, they're considered gold. They're considered as war prizes. So they really take care of their females, so they almost always have them in secluded areas. That's why we've never seen a Krogan female, not including in Mass Effect 3, because in Mass Effect 3 we do encounter a Krogan female. But the only Krogan female that we've seen in Mass Effect 1 or 2 was the dead Krogan female that was under the tarp in Mass Effect 2. That she was like on a gurney and you couldn't even see her, but you could tell that she was smaller in size. It's also said that the females actually don't live with the males. They're separate they're separated within their clans. They actually send within a clan. They send the males to where the females are, and the females get to choose which males will be lucky enough to visit them. So these the Krogan, the strongest males are the ones that become like sires, fathers to babies for one female. I'm gonna turn on the light because it's getting dark. The Krogan don't have any religious beliefs. They do believe in burying their dead, though, and this area, I guess it's like kind of like a cemetery where they bury their dead, is called the Hollows, and they respect this area a lot. I mean, you can't fight anywhere around this place, the Hollows. They also talk about the Void. It's kind of like the equivalent to the afterlife. The way that the Krogan live among each other is in clans, and they still fight each other. They're not like freaking all nice to each other because they're the last Krogan. No, they still fight. The clans have like their own little armies, and the leaders of the armies are called battle masters. It's what Grunt calls shepherd. To join a clan, you have to go through the rite of passage, and for the Urdnot clan, the rite of passage was what Grunt had to do, and you could have like a squad or what's called a krant, and And nowhere does it specify that your Krant has to be Krogan. It could be whatever. There's no specification. So that's why Shepard and whoever else is with you is part of Grunt's Krant. And the Krogan that gives you the rite of passage, that is the shaman. And the shamans, they're just there basically for that, to bring Krogan and give them the rite of passage and all that. It's kind of the shaman in Tuchanka that we encounter in Mass Effect 2. He kind of gives a little bit of what he had to go through to become a shaman, and what is known is that they go through like these torturous rites. They have to give up their name, and they're just known as shaman because of all they have to go through to become the shaman of a clan. They're highly respected within that clan. And it's the same, I mean, the Krogan, that's how they are. They respect strength. They respect courage. They respect strong characteristics that don't show you as being weak. So the shaman, when Shepard is there, if you do the paragon, if you do like a paragon choice, and you're just like all nice and all that, the shaman's like he doesn't really approve of it. He's kind of like, this guy's a freaking pansy. If you go the renegade and you freaking hit that Krogan with your head, the shaman's like, yeah, this guy's tight. I like this guy. So that's how Krogan are. The bigger the jerk you are, the more they respect you. The more they're just like, yeah, this guy's awesome. He just like kicked me in the balls. That's awesome. The Krogan the Krogan don't have a government. Actually, they wouldn't work well with a government. Actually, they're just clans, with their own clan leader. So they really can't create a centralized government because they're so territorial that they would be fighting for territory constantly, and they wouldn't listen to any idiot that would say, no, you guys have to play nice, and you guys have to play nice too. Pfft, freaking take that guy out. So there is no centralized government. They all fend for themselves. So battle masters are well equipped. They could have freaking 2 guns in their hands, or they have really good. They're well supplied when it comes to armor and weapons and all that. Even though they're still brutal, and they still have that Krogan charge, they're more disciplined. They're more methodical because they can't afford to die. So they're not as brutish as they used to be. They're not just shields now. They're soldiers, and they're pretty much capable of anything. If it means if it means that less Krogan are gonna die, and it means that they are gonna survive, they don't care what they have to do. I mean, they will commit genocide. They'll take hostages. It doesn't matter what. They will. They have no limitations when it comes to war and survival. And since the end of the Krogan rebellions, the council prohibited for the Krogan to have any warships. They were prohibited to even they couldn't make any warships. That's why it's pretty you don't see Krogan warships because it's illegal basically. And if the council or any policing race finds that the Krogan are creating some kind of warship, they'll completely destroy it, blow it up, and the Krogans get spaced. So that's the punishment for that. And this is enforced by what's called the Council Demilitarization Enforcement Mission. On the galaxy map, you've got the star cluster that's called, where Tuchanka is, it's called Krogan DMZ. And that's what that means. It means Krogan Demilitarization Zone. So you can't have anything, any warships or anything like that within that zone. Krogans can't create any of that stuff. So that's all the information I have about the Krogan. Another amazing race. They're just so different from the other races. They're just, they really, really stand out. And it's kind of sad. Their situation is pretty sad, especially when you find out what's going on when Morden is explaining it to you. It's kind of like, wow, if they didn't react the way that they do, they probably would be a lot better off. They wouldn't be facing extinction and stuff like that. So it's kind of sad. But I mean, it's in their nature. They can't control it. But either way, the Krogan are awesome, and they've survived this long because of the way that they are. So their adaptation to these things is just amazing. If you have any questions or comments, put them down below. Remember, I've got the links in the description for my Facebook and for my Twitter if you want to join that. Because I am going to be updating some stuff on there. It's easy. I mean, it's the only way. I can't really update anything on YouTube, so I will be putting up little updates on Facebook and Twitter. Next Mass Effect Talks is going to be on the Solarians, so stay tuned for that. I will talk to you guys later. Am I the only one that loves the way that Okeer says genophage? He goes, the Krogan genophage. The Krogan genophage. Genophage. The Krogan genophage.